Hey, what's up, YouTube family? It is I, K-Rod here, and yeah, we're back with some good Mortal Kombat gameplay. But this is some video footage from my own channel, just to let y'all know. I'm gonna talk about some life videos that I like to bring up, just about regular conversation. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. I got some pretty interesting, how should I say? I have some interesting things to kind of talk about, and I've always wanted to kind of like give my whole take on this. But I wanted to kind of talk about just like life pep talk, and a really good topic that came up to mind about my personal philosophy of what I've been thinking about is bi-weekly work weeks at your job. And I've always wanted to kind of bring this up because I've always kind of been a little bit, uh, like I should say, skeptical and curious about it, of like why they exist, but I don't think that they serve a purpose in the job market. But before I do that, be sure to hit the like button, do what you got to do, share the video around, and enjoy this MK9 gameplay where I want to say I was like at least what this was back in 2019, so I was at least I want to say maybe 20. Yeah, I was definitely like 24, 25 back in the past. I was still having a lot of fun playing MK9, and even though my Sub-Zero gameplay wasn't like the best, but I was still doing good, having to enjoy the game back then. I was still having, lots of fun playing Sub-Zero back in this time frame. But yeah, let's talk about it. We have a pretty interesting thing to talk about with this video topic. I'm gonna be making the case of like why biweekly work weeks for your job are unnecessary, and why this is not something that a lot of people should really like be going through. And I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure like what exactly will be the case for it. But I think like to me personally, when you kind of like think about it with like any job that you get, a lot of people like to say that biweekly work weeks are fine because you get more money, because you're kind of compacting your hours, together. And that's cool and all, but I think the problem with a biweekly work week type of pay period, working schedule that people go through is like the lack of, how should I say, like it's the lack of money that you can possibly not receive all the way through, and then you have to wait longer. So I've always kind of been a little bit like very hyper skeptical against it because yeah, I've had jobs where I've worked some really good bi-weekly work week pay periods, and it's good to get like, at least like $1,000 worth of money, if not higher, depending on what type of work that you do. If it's worth something that you will get back in return, then go for it. I think it's a really good way to like take advantage of it, and I think that makes perfect sense. um, I think that's always the good way to do that. And I'm not too sure what that could possibly give in terms of like long-term benefits, but I think when it comes to just getting paid like bi-weekly, I think like that type of setup is good for like a it's good for the short term to get your money, compounded, in a bigger paycheck, but I think it doesn't provide like all the best, benefits when you need your money right away, and then your employer is not able to give you that money right away, and you have to wait a lot longer to kind of get what you need. So that's just something that I don't really, um, yeah, I'm not too sure what I could really say like about it because I don't think it's really like effective at times, and I don't think that's always like the thing that I tend to really yeah, I tend to really take a look at and go for. So I'm not really thinking about that, in my mindset per se. So, but I will say the good thing about biweekly work weeks is that you do get more money, and then if you do work over, like if you work overtime within your 2 weeks of that biweekly work week, that's always good for you to kind of like get more money added to your paycheck, so you don't have to kind of wait on one paycheck to get weekly. And I know some arguments that people have made for bi-weekly work weeks. They say that they usually get a better benefit because employers can actually save less, they save more time with having to not pay you out immediately. So it kind of gives you like a better, like it gives like the employers like a better like structure to kind of level out their money, effectively. So once they have it ready for you, you already have like your hours put in, and you don't have to deal with the nonsense of having to deal with any complications that can hold you back for what you have to, get paid for. So I've always kind of thought of it to kind of be a little bit nonsensical, because I think getting paid weekly is far better, because one, you have your money right away, and two, you don't have to really think too much about um yeah, I'm not really too sure. It's kind of just more like, if you have certain things that you kind of like save up for, and like you want like your money right away, it would be better to kind of like see that it, like, if you had, like your money structured a lot more like effectively. So I think to me personally, I'm always more, accustomed to just getting paid weekly. But getting paid bi-weekly is fine, but when you want to make more money, in the, like, in your own lifetime, and you want to like have that money directly made for you, because it's your money, and it's your time that you put into, so the employer can't really make that excuse of saying that, I can't pay you weekly because I'm trying to cut costs. I mean, I don't find that to be effective. I find that to be ineffective. So I don't know. Me personally, I don't really think it's a really, uh, I don't think it's a really good idea. I think getting paid weekly is far more better because you have more freedom to kind of get your money right away. And then on top of that, if you want to work extra hours, if your job can like let you stay past 8 hour, 8 hours like a day, that would be good. I mean, I'm like, to me personally, I'm more of like a 10 hours, 4 day work week type of guy. So I personally like doing that. I just find it more like effective, and just more usable in terms of like you getting like your money, and you're able to kind of like, work those extra days if if you want to, like, after you do your 4 10 hour work weeks. um I'm always down to always work more hours for overtime if I need to, but personally, I just like the 4 10 hour work week days, and then if you're able to work like remotely, or to just work more hours past your 10 hours, I think that's like a better way to kind of give people the freedom to do that, so they can help, so therefore they can help companies, grow better, to like kind of give, employees more incentive to do their job. So I mean, that's just how I see it. Like, I don't really have much of anything to really say past that, but I just wanted to kind of give like my whole little take on this, and kind of explain like my whole take on it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think do you think biweekly work weeks are good or bad? I don't really have like an issue with it, unless if you're getting paid not good money, and then you're not having to really get a good return of your investment if you're not able to kind of get your hours paid all the way through. And then on top of that, you have to wait like at least a full week heading into that next week for you to get paid. So I'm not really like a fan of it. I think it's pretty lame, and I don't think it's a really good idea. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I just wanted to make this video to talk about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will make a Battlefield video to talk about the future of Battlefield video game. I wanted to kind of like, talk about where that's gonna go, and I think it would be pretty interesting to see where the next Battlefield game will be. So I'm gonna make a video after this is done. So I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna make that video right now. Alright, but this is K-Rod signing out. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later. Peace, and have a good day. And yes, I will see you guys later. Peace.